Imagine waking up one morning to a world where the borders between India and Bangladesh no longer exist. No immigration checks at Petrapol or Benapol. No long lines for visas. No label of foreign between Bengali cousins living across two lands. Just one nation, vast, diverse, and united. Sounds impossible? But what if it really happened? What if Bangladesh and India were never separated? What if 1947, and then again 1971, had taken a different course in history? What if Kolkata and Dhaka were just two cities in the same country, like Delhi and Mumbai? What could we have gained? What could have gone wrong? Do you want to know what could have happened? Let's rewind. Back to before borders split us. Before politics and wars drew lines on the map. Once upon a time, India and Bangladesh were one, culturally, emotionally, historically. From the time of the Mauryas, Mughals to the British Empire, this region was one unit, beating with the same heart. People prayed in different ways, spoke different dialects, but they still shared the same rivers, the same food, the same festivals, the same emotions. So what if we were still together today? Think about it. A combined population of over 1.6 billion people. The largest democracy in the world. Even more powerful than it already is. Think about the economy. Bangladesh's booming garment industry, currently the second largest in the world, merged with India's massive IT and services sector. Together, they could have been a force that rivaled China on the global stage. What about culture? Imagine a film industry where Bollywood and Dollywood were one. What kind of masterpieces would we create if artists like Zubeen Garg and Arijit Singh performed together more often? What if Tagore wasn't just India's first Nobel laureate, but the shared pride of a united country? Of course, it's not just sunshine and fairy tales. This dream also comes with serious challenges. A shared nation would mean sharing governance, resources, and power. Could we have managed that without conflict? Or would it have sparked more problems? In today's video, we're going to take you on an incredible journey of what if. Not fantasy, but reality-based imagination. From economy, education, and diplomacy to rivers, religion, and representation. We'll cover it all. So sit tight and let's find out, together, what the world might have looked like if one of the most emotional partitions in history had never happened. Let's dive into the story of a united India and Bangladesh and unlock the what if. India and Bangladesh were one land, one people. Under British colonial rule, this entire region, from the Himalayas in the north to the Bay of Bengal in the south, was known simply as British India, and within it, the province of Bengal was one of the most vibrant, diverse, and culturally rich regions. In the markets of Kolkata, in the quiet villages near Dhaka, in the libraries of Chittagong and the temples of Howrah, people lived side by side, celebrated together, worked together. Hindus and Muslims shared the same tea stalls, read the same poets, laughed at the same jokes, and even ate the same fish curry. But then came 1947, a turning point in history. When India gained independence from the British, it also experienced one of the most painful events in South Asian history, the Partition. The province of Bengal was split into two parts. West Bengal stayed with India, and East Bengal became part of Pakistan and was called East Pakistan. Suddenly, friends became foreigners. Families were separated. A train ride from Dhaka to Kolkata was no longer just a journey. It became an international border crossing. But the story doesn't end there. Even after being part of Pakistan, East Bengal, or East Pakistan, never truly felt connected to the power centers in West Pakistan. The people of East Pakistan spoke Bengali, had a unique culture, and wanted more say in their own affairs. Tensions grew, and in 1971, after a brutal war, East Pakistan declared independence. And that's how Bangladesh was born, a free nation with its own identity, but deeply connected to its past. Even after all these divisions, the bond between Indians and Bangladeshis, especially Bengalis, never fully broke. They still share the same songs of Rabindranath Tagore, the same deep emotions during Durga Puja or Eid, and the same language that flows like poetry, Bangla. It's almost as if the land remembers. The rivers still flow across both sides. The hearts, too, still beat in rhythm. So, the question is, what if we had never been divided at all? Imagine if India's big economy and Bangladesh's fast-growing industries came together. They could have become an economic powerhouse that surprised the whole world. Take Bangladesh's garment industry, for example. In 1980, it was worth just $1.8 million, but by 2024, it has grown to $50 billion. If this had joined hands with India, trade would have increased in the whole region, and roads, buildings, and other infrastructure would have developed too. India has experience in technology and making medicines, while Bangladesh is very good at manufacturing. If both had worked together, they could have built a strong supply chain, one that would set an example not just in South Asia, but across the world. India also has experience in building big infrastructure projects, so together they could have developed highways, railways, and ports. 2. Shared culture. Imagine if India's colorful culture and Bangladesh's deep traditions came together. What would happen? It would create a cultural stage where festivals, music, food, and art come out from every corner. Like Durga Puja, which is celebrated with great excitement in both India and Bangladesh. But yes, it would be very important to handle the diversity of religion and language carefully, so that everyone could live with peace and respect. India has always had experience with multicultural societies, and that experience could have helped in working together with Bangladesh. And with India's global reach and resources, Bangladesh's art and culture could have gained recognition all over the world. 3. Political dynamics. When we talk about politics, the whole political map would change. Both countries would have to work together, with two different systems of government, two sets of laws, and different types of administration. That's not easy. Every region, every district, and every community would need to be understood and supported, so that no one feels small or left out. But here, one big strength would help: India's experience. India has always worked to bring together many languages, religions, castes, and regions into one nation. Its strong democracy and policies that include everyone have become an example for the world. So if these two countries became one, India's experience could help build a new, strong, and peaceful nation. A government where, from Delhi to Dhaka, every voice is heard and every dream shines bright. So let's pause for a moment and think. In today's world, where India is sending missions to the moon and Bangladesh is leading in UN peacekeeping, just imagine. What if India and Bangladesh were one country? Maybe something like this could have happened. 1. A powerful population, where every young person moves forward with a vision. A united force of dreams, something the world simply couldn't ignore. 2. One united defense force, respected not just in Asia, but across the whole world. From Dhaka to Delhi, the same uniform would promise safety for all. 3. An economic giant, where Bangladesh's booming garment industry and India's strong IT and pharmaceutical sectors together create the Silicon Valley of South Asia. 4. A shared heritage, food, language, stories, and above all, memories. Memories that were once divided, but never truly forgotten. 5. A large Bengali-speaking region where the culture and language wouldn't just be regional, they'd become part of the national identity. 6. Smarter sharing of resources. No fights over rivers, just proper planning. Railways, research labs, and rice fields. 7. Stronger South Asian unity, where there would be no borders and no bitterness between India and Bangladesh. Maybe peace would have found a new direction. 8. And most importantly, less pain, less separation, and more togetherness, where people wouldn't be divided by a border, but would sit side by side on the same bench, sharing stories. All of this is just imagination. But sometimes, imagination is what gives birth to new questions. If you also enjoy thinking like this, if you're someone who loves history and possibilities, then stay with us on this journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because here, we ask the questions that often stay hidden in our hearts. What if the world had taken a different path? See you in the next episode, with a new imagination to explore.